Alright, y'all. This will be part 2. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing. It's for free. So this morning I took out the coasters. This is the yellow bee one. And this was the flower one that I dropped some white into. Okay. I want to do this as quick as possible. I'm super tired. So again, tap that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Leave a comment if you like. So again, I'm just following the line around. Got gloves on, because if you don't put gloves on and you leave the oils from your fingerprints, it's the epoxy won't adhere. You will get sunken holes. Again, I just stretch it, fold the bottom tab, the bottom corner, stick my hand in as much as possible without getting stuck. I'm going to spray off to the side with alcohol. I douse mine very, very well. Then I take the clean side of the rag and wipe off that alcohol. Squeeze the football, squeeze and twist, squeeze and twist. If you don't hold the football steady, it'll go way up the arm. And these are hard to get out, the footballs. That's why I like the footballs, because I don't have to push it up that far. As y'all can see, this cup I did change, which was mostly white and a little pink. I changed it, so behind in the background is like a black and white, like you can see through it right here. It's black and white, and then on top is the pink and black. So it actually came out pretty cool. This one I'm glad did darken up, because that looked damn light blue, and that's not what the person wanted. So I'm glad it turned out like that. So these I just dragged close to me. I grab the tape again. I go a little more up, like a couple of centimeters from the line that is originally on the cup, due to I want the epoxy to completely, I gotta stand up so I can see, to completely go over the alcohol ink. and it makes sure that no water gets through, you know, like when you wash it. Like my cups are very, very well made. Like if I don't like something, if it's something that I won't buy, I won't even put it out. Like I'll strip it or spray paint over it a few times, and then do whatever over that I have in mind. So anybody can learn to do this. You just have to have the will and the drive. I was never an art person in school, but I think I'm doing pretty well. I would just draw my stick figure guy and that was it. But that is a super awesome cup. Trust me, not every cup comes out perfect, even though I've been doing this for a while. It's just not gonna happen. But I always end up finding use in them. So I'm going to try to take down some of this, which you'll see in a second. Put some alcohol on my cloth. I am very, very anal about my cups. Like I don't play around. I would not want someone to say that something is mine if I don't like it. So like in this case, if some epoxy does come through, I just cut into it. That goes up on the stainless steel part and I take it off. Most of the time you have to heat up your blade to do it, but when it's a small piece like that, just give a little push and it'll go. So even though the alcohol ink does go into the epoxy when it's turning, I still put a very, very good coat of epoxy on. Like I am not cheap about it. I use more, way more than other people do. I can definitely tell you that. My cups have been dropped on concrete right on the bottom corner and never showed any sign of that whatsoever. So I just go a few centimeters up, like a quarter of a quarter. And I stretch it so it does lay flat. Otherwise, your epoxy is going to seep through. And that stuff ain't cheap. By no means. All right. Turn on the scale. Make sure it's on. Like the 0 is showing. Then you can put a cup on. You see it's reading. You hit tare. Then equal parts of A and B. Let me move this tripod back just a little bit. Okay. If you use this finger for A, do not use this finger, the same finger for B, because what will happen is you will contaminate your B part and it'll harden and it's no good. Okay, so 41 and 41. I'm pouring this a little slower because I don't want to heat it too much because I do want to put a thick coat. So I don't want too many bubbles because the more you heat it, the more it's going to come off and drip below. So it's at 42, that's fine. It's going to come out absolutely fine. No issues. Okay. So I will mix it slow. Turn these on. Mind you, you don't want no contaminants or no dust because then you'll see it in the cups. So just stir slowly. Until it turns clear. It does take longer, but that's fine. The less bubbles you have to pop, the better off you are. Again, tap that subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment. Don't be afraid to say hello. You don't have to exactly get it all even on there, because as it turns on the tumbler, it will even itself out. It always does. I've tried silicone brushes, I try all that, and I just don't have the patience. Always do your bottoms. I scrape deep, then I scrape it up to the lid. Then I grab it with one finger and put it on. I get as much as I can. So when it comes to doing coasters, if you leave your design in or whatever you do for a coaster, if you leave it in until it's fully hard, you will not have a silicone mold anymore. You will not even be able to get the thing out. So you have to take it out when it's not floppy, but still kind of a little give to it. That's when it's time to pull it out. When it's just a little bit bendy. Always the trick is to get your gloves off without getting anything on your hands. Quick back and forth, pops the bubbles. When your torch gets low, the flame will go out. If you see tiny little bald spots, just fix them, no big deal. if you do go and try to get all the bubbles out, I mean, there will be some here and there, but if you try to get them all out, you're not going to have no epoxy left. Like, it'll come literally right off the cup. So I'm going to let that be as is. For the pink, add just a little more white. Having this kind of thin of epoxy on this, it is not easy to do. I'll actually put in some more pink, only because there are pretty good sized white spots. And I am not really a fan of a lot of white. So, hopefully my goal with this, as it turns out to be like, y'all know that strawberry ice cream, the big tub y'all buy? That's my plan. But it all depends on what it wants to do. It has a mind of its own. Literally. So, for that bare spot, I'm going to just make up a little bit to put on. Like I said, if you douse it, you might as well say goodbye to your design. Just a little bit to get it swirling around so that you can add a little more color. Remember, when you mix A and B, it's going to be a white cloudy, like you cannot see through it. When it is fully mixed and A and B react to each other, it will turn clear. Then you just add on to where it's a little too black, where you got your holes. That's the thing with torching and heating, which you will have to do in order to get out bubbles, is that right there is what happens. If it's too much, but it's really not too much because you're trying to get many bubbles out, that's what will happen. So then you can add in your white again to it. And it's just being a little resistant. It's being a pain. Which, if it doesn't come out the way you want, all you gotta do is go over it again. Just do another coat of epoxy. You kick your white over the spots that you don't like. And you just do it again. Just like that. Once it's dry. It will all even out. So you don't want to put it in one whole pile and spin it, because it's not going to work for you. Spread it out and just let it do its thing. Because if you keep messing with it and you keep messing with it, it's not going to come out right. Try to fill in them spots. So even with them swirls,